going on, everybody? It's TG Smooth coming at you with some more Battleborn. This is gonna be the best of the badasses builds, and today we are looking into Deande. She is a generic assassin which specializes in stealth attacks. So you have her left bumper that is a hollow twin, and you launch that and it makes Deande invisible and spawns a decoy for her. Her right bumper can either be a dash or an AoE attack, depends what you level up on level 1, but I usually go with left trigger, which allows me to propel myself forward whenever I use my hollow twin, and it especially comes in handy for getting behind people, and you'll see that a little bit later. So I definitely go with left trigger for level 1. And then in the very beginning, you can see here, I just make sure I gather at least 200 shards. I go over here, I get the healing station up. This is really important, probably the first step you want to do as any assassin, because usually you're going to be gathering a lot of shards, and then you want to get to your lane. Now, on your lane, how the team comp works with Deande, you want to make sure that you have somebody that has the capabilities of clearing ads fairly fast on the same lane with you. The reason being is you don't want to be out on the lane by yourself with their ads and none of your ads. Like, all your ads are dead and their ads are up. You don't want to be on that lane. It's no buenos. So you can see here, I go back to the supply station, and even being close, it gives me a little bit of HP. I could have probably died right there, but Alani came over and healed me. So team comp, you want to make sure you're constantly switching lanes between players and just switching it up so you keep your opponent on their toes. They don't know what's happening. They can't get used to the same people being on the same lane all the time. So tip number 1, you want to go after the players with the least amount of health. You could see I killed Galilea there, and then on tier 2 I always make sure I get that extra damage with the hollow twin. But I overextended on that lane. Like I said, I went out there, they had their ads, we barely had any of ours because Orendi is really great at clearing lanes. So I got punished for it and died. So you can see here, now I respawn, just gonna go back and collect all the shards, get the big shards. That's gonna help me get my gear faster. Now, as far as gear, you can see here, the sword pops up, that's gonna give me more attack speed. Deande has the least amount of attack speed out of all the assassins, so that kind of makes up for it, but she does a little bit more damage. And another tip is, once your ads get about to the turret on the lane, they are going to spawn an overshield. If you're close to them, you're going to get that overshield. So you want to make sure, if you are risking it being out on the lane trying to help with the ad clear, then you want to make sure you get that overshield. That's going to help you a shit ton against taking damage and being able to damage other players. And you can see here, I'm constantly switching lanes. I'm going back and forth. And then another tip is, you want to catch enemies alone. Usually as an assassin, if you 1v1 an enemy, you're going to dish out the most damage, and you're most likely going to get that kill. Unless it's like a really tanky character like Montana or Isaac or Toby or one of those. Or a character with high mobility like Melka or Caldarius and Benedict. So you want to help with the ad clear. With Deande, her left trigger is a ranged attack, so you can kind of fight from a safe distance to help clear ads. And then as far as snipers go, with snipers, you really just want to harass them. 9 out of 10 times that are going to be back, they're going to play in the far back and be able to use their turrets as a backup to get away from you killing them. So you want to keep that in mind and not overextend in that situation and chase the kill and die for it. And then if there is team fights, you want to go after the weakest character. There's no such thing as stealing kills in this game. And I see people get mad about it all the time, like, wow, you stole my kill. And Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty guilty for it sometimes too. I get mad because as an assassin, you want those kills, so you level up fast and you dish out the most damage. So with that said, just keep that in mind that there is no such thing as still killing. And for Deande at level 3, once you rank her up, this is her bread and butter. You want to level her up, get her a high enough rank to get that first mutation at rank 3. What that's going to allow you to do is the fourth hit of your basic attack is going to cause a knockup, and if you get that in, it's pretty deadly. Now, thing with Deande too is with that ranged attack, she can chase enemies, so you don't have to overextend. You can see right there, I got that ranged attack and got that 62 damage killing a Rendy. And it's also great for pushing enemies back too. They see you, they see you have ranged, and they want no peace because they know if they get up close, especially if it is a melee character, that you're most likely have that knockup ready, and they're not going to do that. 1v1s, what I do in 1v1 fights, as you see here with Galilea, is first I'll spawn my Hollow Twin. I'll try getting behind them. That Hollow Twin with the added damage from level 2, time they hit it and get to you, then you already got them knocked up, dealt enough damage, and they're dead. You can see right here, once again, speaking of that ranged attack, just pushing Galt back right there and keeping that lane clear. And you can see I'm switching back and forth from lane A to lane B. In the beginning of the video, I talked about the left trigger for the first skill tree. You can see right there I propelled forward, got behind them, the Hollow Twin distracted them, they didn't know I was there, and I did massive amounts of damage to Oscar, Mike, and Rendy. Got the Rendy kill. Yeah, I'm on fire. So you can see that that's really important. Most people like the AoE for the right bumper, but I prefer that propel whenever you spawn your Hollow Twin. That way you can chase down the enemy and they're confused by your Hollow Twin and where you're actually at. By the time they realize where you're at, if you're behind them, then they're already halfway dead and you're most likely going to get the kill anyway. So you can see switching back and forth between lanes right here. Searching for enemies now. The thumpers are still up, so I'm going to hit them a little bit. You can see Oscar Mike trying to take care of those so they don't slow us down whenever we do chase. And another thing you got to watch for as an assassin is these characters, like I said, snipers especially, will play close to turrets. You can see here, we could have chased and got that kill, but these turrets would have really messed us up and most likely would have killed us. So just play cautious there and learn not to overextend. That was a good job by the team right there. We didn't chase after that kill, and potentially 3 of us could have died if we did. So just be aware of that. And you can see the knockup's really good for ad clearing once you do get it. And once again, here's the overextending. Like I said, these ranged characters will play the back, and there's the turret. You can see he's trying to bait me towards it, and I don't take the bait, and I just get out of there. I live another day. Because the main purpose is being able to stay on the lane as long as you can and dishing out enough damage to push the teams back and to help clear ads. And if you do that, then you're golden. You can see right there I missed with the dash. That is a good follow-up move if they're low on health. I've gotten a lot of kills that way whenever, you know, they just had more sprint speed than me or movement speed and I couldn't catch up to them. Either that range or the dash on the right bumper helps so much. So another thing as Deande, like I said, as far as shard wise, you want to constantly be getting shards. I don't do it that much in this video, but usually it is a good habit to have. Get them shards and get the buildables. That's going to help you level up faster anyways. And then if you're able to take out supply stations, turrets, anything like that. Alright, so we're going to go into a little bit of team composition. Who do you want on your team as Deande? Right now, we're actually pretty set as a team. We got Oscar, Mike, and Arendi clearing the lanes. You can see they've been splitting sides because they know that's their job. So that's good. That allows the healer to bounce back and forth between lanes and heal. Alani's really good to have, and even Miko, because of their CC effects, Alani can put them up in that bubble, and I guess, well, it's considered a stun, and stun them for a whole second, and you can dish out pretty good amount of damage in that amount of time. Whereas Miko can slow them down, and same with Alani with her little water slide fucking looking thing. I don't know. I haven't played her yet, so I don't know what her moves are exactly called. Kelvin's good to have. Galt's really good to have on your team. If they get stuck in the trap, then you can do out a massive amount of damage. Same with Kelvin's stun. El Dragon, Wrath, anybody with good CC that can like slow or stun is really good. Silence really ain't too good on Deande's team comp. I mean, it helps a little bit, but the slows and stuns are definitely where it's at. So you want people on your team like that. Now, Wrath, I say Wrath's really good. I know 2 assassins, it's a bit extreme to have on one team, but with Deande's ult, if you can catch them group up and stun them and coordinate with your Wrath, then you stun them long enough, Wrath does his ult, and it's over. I actually have got Am Not Good, one of the people I play with consistently, a quad kill doing it like that, and almost a pentakill, but one player stealthed and got away. So that's why it's good to have another like melee character or somebody with a really good ult on your team that can deal out a massive amount of damage in relatively like a fast amount of time. Because Oscar Mike, like people like that, they do have ults, but they're AoE, and you'd never know if you can stun them long enough. And you can see I'm stunning Galileo right here, and everybody's hitting him. I spawn my Hollow Twin, get him stuck on the wall, and he's dead. So you can see what I'm talking about there. It's really consistent with her. There's a really consistent playstyle. Just don't overextend, and play a little cautious. Use that Hollow Twin to your advantage to deal out more damage, and you should have no problem with her, especially with the knock-up. The knock-up, like I said, is her bread and butter. So that's pretty much like really it for like team comp and stuff like that. As far as items go, for items you can have several different items. There's 4 I really recommend, and one is attack speed. Like I said, Deande doesn't have a lot of attack speed compared to other assassins. She does dish out more damage per hit though. So you want to make sure you get that attack speed. Anything with shield penetration would be fine, dealing more damage to her shields, because some characters like Montana and those with higher shield levels are a little harder to kill specifically for that reason. So shield pen's always good. Base damage or attack damage is really great. And skill cooldown time. The more you can use your Hollow Twin, the better off you're going to be. That's your stealth, so whenever you unstealth, eventually in your skill tree, which like I said I'll link down below, you can unstealth and do 25% more damage. So as soon as you start attacking, you're going to unstealth and you get a 25% damage boost. You can see at level 7 you get an 18% damage increase with your basic attack. So that's a shit ton of fucking damage you're doing right off the get-go after unstealth, and plus your Hollow Twin's doing 75% of your damage as well. So it's beast, and you can see right there I get a double kill. That was fucking amazing. Yeah, so this match is about over. So let's talk a little bit. What do you guys think about the Deande build? Make sure you check what helix I use in the description below, And then let me know what you guys think of the build. Do you think there's anything to improve upon this? Any items you guys particularly like to use for her? Pretty much just let's start talking about Deande. Does she need a buff, any nerfs, anything like that? Because I think she's a fairly balanced character. Even with the knockup, I mean, you can see you don't do like wrath kind of damage, but you do enough to be able to chase them down and get those kills. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for today, and that's all for Deande. If you do like the video, don't forget to show your support and show that thumbs up button some love for me. It helps the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more daily videos. Yes, I'm going to be posting daily eventually, guys. I should say weekly. But anyways, as usual, this is TG Smooth out, and remember to stay smooth. Peace!